Yagudin, the '99 world champion from Russia, looks to clinch a spot in the Grand Prix final. A gold medal here would keep the elegant 28-year-old undefeated on the season. So too for Russia's Alexei Yagudin. The three-time and reigning world champion has set the standard for the men and continues to eclipse his own mark. In pairs, how much will home ice help Sarah Abiteboul and Stéphane Bernardes? They host the hottest team of the season so far, Jamie Salé and David Peltier of Canada, and the two-time world champions, Yelena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikaridze. And ice dancers Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pezarat are certain to whip a home crowd into a frenzy. The short programs from Trophee Lalique are next. One of the world's most recognizable sights, the Eiffel Tower, with its laser light show bringing to mind the spectacular New Year's Eve celebration that took place just off the Champs-Élysées. On any given night, though, there is plenty to do here in Paris. And tonight, the action is inside the Bercy Omnisport Palace as we welcome you to Trophee Lalique, event number 5 in the series of 6 events known as the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating. This evening, the short programs in all 4 disciplines, and we get underway with the pairs. And through 4 events in the Grand Prix, here are the overall standings. Salé and Peltier of Canada, Berezhnaya, Sikaridze of Russia, and the Chinese pair, Shen and Zhao, have all clinched spots in the Grand Prix final, but there are still 3 spots open. And hi, everybody. I'm Terry Gannon. We are down to the final 2 events in the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating. This event this week here in Paris. Then next week, it's on to Japan. Asahikawa, the site for the NHK Trophy. So time now running out for those skaters still trying to clinch spots in the Grand Prix final in Tokyo. The pairs come up first tonight. Susie Wynn will join us a little bit later on. But right now, we welcome in Olympic silver medalist Peter Carruthers. And Peter, got a heck of a rivalry developing this year in pairs. And here in Paris, you've got the 2-time world champions from Russia, Yelena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikaridze, taking on the red-hot Canadian champions, Jamie Salé and David Peltier.
Setting up for a good competition for sure. Go back in the history books, though, in pair skating, and when you look at the Olympic Games, since 1964, the Russians have won gold medals every single time in pairs figure skating. Now, they've done that with command of the ice, speed, power, and unison. And Berezhnaya and Sikaridze have all of those great qualities, and they just picked up a big win at Cup of Russia. But there's a lot of momentum moving toward the Canadian pair team of Salé and Peltier. They upset the Russians at Skate Canada, and they did that with exquisite choreography. So if they win here, we may be seeing a changing of the guard in pairs figure skating.
Be great to watch all the way up through the next Olympic Games. But here in Paris, you cannot count out the French national champions, Sarah Abiteboul and Stéphane Bernardes, skating on home ice. They are the reigning world bronze medalists. Well, the pair short program, 2 minutes and 40 seconds in length. It is worth 1/3 of the overall score, and there are 8 required elements, as always here, Peter.
And one of the highlights in that pair short program is the throw jump, where the man throws the woman, and hopefully she lands backwards on 1 foot standing up.
So here we go with what could be the highlight of the evening here in Paris. A deep, talented pairs field competing here at Trophee Lalique, and we get underway with one of the teams Peter just talked about, the 2-time world champions from Russia, coming off a big win last week at Cup of Russia while they were at home, Yelena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikaridze.
With the great skating they have had after Cup of Russia. Here, the opening side-by-side triple toe loops, and he did a double. Great height and a nice set down on the split double twist lift. Big throw jump planned here. The throw triple loop and landed perfectly.
That performance last week in St. Petersburg, really the best one they have had in more than a year. You go back to last season through the Grand Prix and then the Europeans, even though they won that, went on to Worlds and couldn't compete there. They did not have a solid performance all season last year, by their own admission.
But they seem much stronger this year. In regard to their unison and their power, which is really what the Russians are always known for, the way they move across the ice. Here's the backhand-to-hand press. The object is to keep the speed up so that when you land right there, you have as much speed coming out of the lift as you did going in. This is the back outside death spiral. She'll want to try to get closer to the ice with her head. It's a very difficult move because it involves twisting your body in a strange position for the lady. Not exactly what they wanted in the beginning. The side-by-side triple toe loops were not there. And the Canadians will definitely challenge them with theirs if they're able to land them.
So Yelena Berezhnaya, Anton Sikaridlidze get things underway here in the pairs competition at Trophee Lalique.
These are the side-by-side triple toe loops. They're trying to do 3 rotations, and he only does 2. This is the backhand-to-hand press. You're both facing forwards, going backwards, so you have to really make sure your balance is just right so as not to have a fall, and they really execute this nicely with good speed on the landing.
Well, for a city that pays so much attention to style, the kiss and cry area isn't exactly what you would expect, is it?
No.
Simplicity, the order of the day.
I'll tell you.
2 sets of marks now. Required elements 5.4 up to 5.7.
And these are the required elements marks. They had unequal rotation on the side-by-side jumps, and they're taking a 0.3 of a point deduction right there off the top.
And now the second set for presentation. 5.7s across the board and 1 5.8. That from the Russian judge.
Good judging there.
For the short program performance of Berezhnaya and Sikaridlidze. Meanwhile, the pair short program underway here in Paris. Taking the ice right now. This is a very important competition for Dorota Zagorska and Mariusz Shudek. Still trying to clinch a spot in Tokyo for the Grand Prix final. We saw them at Skate Canada, where they placed 4th, and last week at Cup of Russia, they won the bronze medal. The 5-time Polish national champions.
Since winning the bronze medal at the World Championships in 1999, they have not done so well. Last year, 5th at Worlds, so they're really trying to get back and really fight for the podium. Side-by-side, triple toe loops. And she really falls hard. Leaning and not having the height they need, or she needs, for a successful jump. Triple sow cow. Once again, getting her focus back after that very hard fall. positions could be a little bit stronger within the spin in terms of the beauty that you're trying to display with the various changes.
That bronze medal at the '99 World Championships, the first for any Polish pair at that event, first medal of any type, and they're trying to get back to that form and trying to not let the pairs world pass them by. They have slipped since then.
Somersault up into a press lift. Watch him turn one way. Now he'll stop and go in the other direction. That's hard to do, but he makes it look quite easy. Well, they certainly were looking for a better performance than that. To have such a big fall at the beginning of your program, and in the short program with these deductions, Terry, judges just can't ignore it.
And with the field here, there's not much margin for error at all. We've always seen Berezhnaya, Seeker, Lidze, Saleh, and Peltier still to come.
When you do side-by-side triple jumps, you have to think about your own jump and not worry about what your partner's doing. But look at the lean she had on that. No chance to land it. A real shock. This is very nice. They do a somersault right up into this press lift, and he rotates, first of all, one way and then stops. That's really hard with the momentum you have going with your partner over your head, and then he rotates another way. So that shows a lot of strength, but his footwork could be a little bit better at the end. However, they did get through.
Well, this is their non-scoring event. They've already had 2 scoring events. Remember, you can skate in 3, but only 2 count in the standings. They're trying to keep other people from gaining points this week and maybe make the final. Required element marks 5.0 to 5.3.
And the judges obviously taking the deduction on the first mark. That's painful for them.
And now presentation marks, 5.3 up to 5.6, Peter.
He's much better. Had they landed those jumps together perfectly, we'd see much better marks in the first set.
So Zagorska and Shudek of Poland in second place, right behind Berezhnaya and Seeker with Lidze so far. Up next, the hottest team in the pairs world this season, Jamie Saleh and David Peltier of Canada skate when we return. Back at Trophee Lalique, Terry Gannon, Peter Carruthers with you as the hottest team out there in pairs takes the ice right now. The reigning Canadian national champions, Jamie Saleh and David Peltier. Perfect on the season so far. They won Skate America. They won Skate Canada. They've already beaten Berezhnaya and Seeker with Lidze. Let's see what happens here.
They will open up with the throw triple loop, and absolutely perfect. Look at their pacing, very relaxed. The top teams have had trouble on the side-by-side triple toe loops. That's what they have planned here. Let's see if they can do it. Yes. So really the short program, it may come down to these side-by-side triple toe loops. Nice unison on the side-by-side spin, spinning together at the same rate of speed. Just what you want. Here's their press lift. They will now turn it into a star lift and then do a half rotation with a very solid landing. Look at them attack this program. No hesitancy.
One of their strengths is that they project and connect with the audience so well. That's a tough thing to do at this particular event.
And to further your point, you're exactly right, because you're so worried about getting these required elements done that sometimes you lose the expression because you're so concerned just to land the jumps and do the spins. But they're very comfortable with their program, well prepared, and that clearly is the best performance we've seen so far.
She's from the West. He is from the East in terms of Canada. He's from Quebec. His first language is French, so he has been able to get by just fine this week in Paris. Jamie Salé and David Peltier.
The Russians and the Polish team could not land the side-by-side triples, but these two right here, the toe loops, fine. That's what sets them apart.
So far, the rivals, Berezhnaya and Sikoridzlidze, are in the lead here in the short program, but maybe only for the moment. Required element marks 5.5 to 5.8. Yeah, David likes him just a little bit, huh?
Somewhat surprised to see a 5.5 from the Estonian judge, but all the rest of the marks are good for required elements.
And now the marks for presentation. There they are. Again, the low mark 5.6 this time, up to a 5.9. A few of those. 3 5.9s.
Very surprising. They have 2 second places, one from the Estonian judge and one from the Russian. What a shock.
But they are in first place overall so far. Jamie Salé and David Peltier. The home team is up next. Sarah Abitbol and Stéphane Bernardiz, the reigning French. Back at Trophee Lalique here in Paris, and the reigning French national champions have the stage now. Sarah Abitbol and Stéphane Bernardiz, the reigning world bronze medalists, and certainly a threat here at home. Salé and Peltier in the lead over Berezhnaya and Sikoridzlidze so far, and then Zagorska and Shudek of Poland. That's your top 3, but that could change after this performance.
Music, Nina, composed by Maxim Rodriguez. Very artistic. They really explore their choreography. Here, the side-by-side triple toe loops. And he has a fall. This is the split double twist. Judge is looking for a nice catch and a soft set down, and they executed that very well. Also great height. He's a foot taller than her, so you can imagine how dynamic it is on big throws like that.
Defending champions of this event. We just saw them a couple of weeks ago win the Nations Cup competition in Germany, so that gained them 12 points. This is a non-scoring competition for them. We'll see them again next week in Japan.
They want to try to keep these spins in good unison, rotating at the same rate of speed. And it becomes difficult when you start changing positions in the spin. That's when they can go off. So there's the challenge there. Outside death spiral. The lower the lady's head is to the ice, the more difficult it is, because it's hard to attain such a low position. I really appreciate the thought that goes into their artistic side of skating, but unfortunately for them, Stefan had that fall right in the beginning of the program, and that can't be ignored. That will be a 3/10 deduction.
We'll see how much the judges take off because of that. Remember, right now, Salé and Pelletier are in the lead. Sarah Abitbol, Stefan Bernadise, the French champions.
Really, on this side-by-side triple toe loop, it appears that Stefan just collapsed, and he didn't follow through by checking out with his arms and putting the foot back to stop the rotation.
Boy, Stefan looks different, doesn't he? Stanislav Ionovich, their coach, who also coached Gordiev and Grinkov, the '88 Olympic pairs gold medal. There he is. He's off to the side. Stefan is. Now the marks for required elements.
Probably a little disgusted with himself that he did have that fall. Skating here in his home country, seeing marks as low as 5.2. Disappointing for required elements.
And now for presentation, 5.5 up to 5.7. So the French in third place behind Berezhnaya and Sikora-Lidze right now, and obviously very disappointed with that. And up next, the American champions take the ice. Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman still trying to clinch a spot in the Grand Prix final. They're next. And the pair short program comes down to the final team taking the ice. Salé Pelletier of Canada in the lead right now over Berezhnaya and Sikora-Lidze, then the French, Abitbol and Bernadise. But here are the American champions, Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman. They have 5 points overall in the Grand Prix. They would need to place first or second here to have a realistic chance to make it to the final. That is a tall order.
They had 2 falls in the short program at Cup of Russia. John fell on the side-by-side triple toes, and Kyoko fell on the throw triple sow cow. But if they skate well here without mistakes, they could really move up. Here, the opening side-by-side triple toe loops, and that's perfect. That's just what they needed. The mistakes that we've seen from other pairs on these side-by-side triples, not affecting them, they have landed them. Split double twist lift. Is the throw triple sow cow that she fell on in Russia. Here, no problem, taking charge of this performance. Sit spin positions, spinning together. They have skated without mistakes.
Great.
That's the best I've seen them skate. They really took their time. They didn't rush any of their items, so therefore they were settled into the ice, and they had a really nice pacing that allowed them to complete those difficult required elements, and that really puts them in good standing with the judges. Or let me say this, it should put them in good standing with the judges.
You never know what the judges just saw. But by far the best short program that we have seen all season long from Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman. He had the shoulder problems, to his credit, last week. He didn't use that as an excuse at all, so it's great to see them skate so well.
One of the few teams here to really pull off nice side-by-side triple toe loops. And that was just great for them because they fell on those in Cup of Russia last week. And this is their combination lift. It begins with a standard press lift. That's about the most basic lift, but it gets complicated when she rolls over into a no-hand sideways star lift and then a half-twist dismount. So they're really starting to get it together.
So now the marks. We'll see what the judges think. The first set for require elements, 5.3 the low mark, but all the way up to a 5.8 from the Russian judge.
There's a surprise. You don't often see that. Very good marks for them in the sense that they have made no mistakes. A low mark of 5.3 from the Canadian judge.
Of course, their coach is Tamara Moskvina, the well-known Russian coach. We've talked a lot about her. Presentation marks 5.4 up to 5.8. So Ina and Zimmerman able to edge out the French team here in Paris. Abby Boll and Bernadise fall to the 4th spot, and Ina and Zimmerman in 3rd. And the Russian judge, Peter,
gave them a 1st.
Actually,
that's incredible.
The Russian judge put them in 1st place, but they occupy the 3rd spot. It is Salé and Peltier of Canada who have the lead here after the short program over Berezhnaya and Secret Lidza, then the Americans. Right now, let's go down and check in with Susie Wynn, who is with the leaders right now. Salé and Peltier. Susie?
Thanks, Terry. Jamie and David, another great short program. How are you keeping your momentum up during the series?
I'm not sure, actually. I think we just really have a good head on our shoulders, and we're prepared. We go home after every competition, and we stay positive and keep ourselves rested, because it's very important. It's a long year, like David's been saying, and it's really tough to keep motivated sometimes, but I think we're doing a good job with our team.
You can tell that you are. Now, you received 2 place ordinals from the Estonian judge and the Russian judge. What do you think of that?
I don't know. I didn't see the Russian skate, so I cannot really comment on this one. And well, the only thing I can say is I wouldn't be changing place with them. What they do is as hard as us, and you know, sometimes you don't see what's going on because everything happens too fast.
That's what makes you so great. You just focus on yourselves. Congratulations and good luck in the free.
Thank you.
Terry, back to you.
All right, Susie, thank you. So the Canadians continue to be red hot. They're the leader. Very clear, crisp night here, and always a lot of pedestrian traffic along the Champs-Élysées, one of the most famous avenues in the world. And plenty of fans have made their way inside the Bercy Omnisport Palace, too, getting ready to watch the men take the ice for their short programs here at Trophee Lalique. Again, through 4 events in the Grand Prix, the standings look like this. Timothy Gable and Todd Eldridge from the U.S. have already clinched spots in the Grand Prix final. Matt Savoy has a chance to make it there, and Alexei Yagudin here in Paris trying to clinch his place in Tokyo. Terry Gannon, Peter Carruthers back with you. And you know, Peter, this was to be a men's competition that would bring together 3 of the top names in the sport. But Elvis Stojko is out with an injury. Michael Weiss, we saw him a week ago at Cup of Russia struggle. He's a bit banged up, so he's not here. It comes down to the 3-time world champion, Alexei Yagudin. How does he motivate himself now?
I'll tell you, I can't figure Yagudin out. For 2 years in a row now, his season opener at Skate America was really bad. But this year, a week later, he got up to Skate Canada. Canada, and he had the performance of his life. He was perfect. He did his quad. He beat Todd Eldridge. This is a man who knows how to put himself in the zone, and I talked to him about that, and he said he's not sure how he does it. He doesn't think you can teach to get into the zone. You can't learn it, but he says there are holes in the zone, so he's not sure. But I'll tell you, I have never seen anyone be more of a gamer than Alexei Yagudin.
Can't teach chemistry, can't teach getting in the zone, but Alexei Yagudin seems to get there. Well, Gable and Eldridge so far, the two U.S. skaters, have clinched a spot in the Grand Prix final. Alexei Yagudin now trying to do the same. The short program for the men, 2 minutes 40 seconds in length, 8 required elements, and it is worth 1/3 of the overall score.
And probably the most difficult required element that these men are going to go after is the big quad. So we'll look for that.
And the first man to take the ice here in the short program is from Russia, the 23-year-old from Moscow, Roman Serov. He finished just off the podium last year at the Russian National Championships in 4th. Here he is in Paris, getting things underway for the men.
Here he will open up with the triple axel, triple toe loop. Up into a triple Lutz. Very solid start. The camel spin. He'll change feet to the back camel. He started off with a good short program here at Lalique, and he should be pleased with that performance to have really skated without any mistakes.
Yeah, we saw him at Skate America where he was 6th. So he's really outside of those skaters trying to make the Grand Prix final. Mathematically, I guess he would have a chance, but he's just trying to make a name for himself at this point. They're familiar with the judges. Roman Serov.
This is what he opened with. This is the triple axel. The hardest jump you can do in skating next to a quad, and then the triple toe loop right after that. So 6.5 revolutions. You have to be right on.
We'll Let's see what the judges think now. First set for required elements. 5.2 the low mark, up to a 5.5, Peter.
Well, he's got scores that reflect the fact that he did not do a quad. Some of the men doing the quad, but still a good performance, and better safe than sorry on those required elements.
And the first man to take the ice, which is never where you want to be in terms of the judges. Presentation marks 5.3 to 5.5. So Roman Serov of Russia gets the men's short program underway here in Paris. And when we come back, the three-time and reigning world champion from Russia, Alexei Yagudin. One of the things that separates him from the rest of the pack is his ability to compete when it counts the most.
I think you can teach this. You can teach how to jump, you can teach how to skate, but I think if you have to be strong when you just start to do this sport, like figure skating or other sports. Just if it's inside of you, it will help you. But if it's not, I think that there are no ways to learn that.
Back in Paris, the men's short program continues. Terry Gannon, Peter Carruthers ringside as Alexei Yagudin, the three-time and reigning world champion from Russia, steps onto the ice. Only 20 years of age. It's hard to believe. He was brilliant at Skate Canada.
In practice, he has had trouble, believe it or not, with his quadruple toe loop. But I saw the same thing happen at Skate Canada. He missed it a lot in practice, and then he did do it in the competition. So we sort of have a repeat. Let's see if he can do it now. Here it is, the opening quadruple toe loop. He did it again. Triple toe, not great run out on the landing, but he did get through that difficult quad triple. Watch the height he gets as he goes into this triple axel. He's still got to stay focused. 3.5 rotations, forward takeoff. Beautiful. Into a triple Lutz. No problem. Look at the energy he has in his upper body with the arms. That very intense to watch. Yagudin pulls out another one. The quad triple was not the best. In other words, he didn't have a good amount of speed coming out of the second jump. They'll want to improve that, but again in practice this week he's been struggling, but pulled it together when the heat was on.
Means nothing. He has told us that he needs about an hour on the ice every day. That's about it. There are other skaters who are spending 4 or 5 hours every day out there and working. Alexei Yagudin, when the lights go on, he makes it out there and he's ready to go. Another extremely good performance from the Russian.
So here is the quad. He has good speed going in and awesome rotation, but the problem is he just kind of goes straight up and down and hops around a little bit on that triple toe loop. And someone like Plashenko has a lot of run out on his quad triple.
You mentioned Plushenko. We'll see him next week in Japan at the NHK Trophy. What a rivalry these two have going. Now the first set, 5.7 up to 5.9.
Boy, he's got to be happy with that. Again, 5.9, considering he had that kind of strange landing on the triple toe, but nonetheless, judges certainly appreciating his athleticism.
Presentation marks in the 5.8, 5.9 range. So Alexei Yagudin keeps it rolling. And we're coming back with one of the hometown boys, Vincent Restoncourt, the two-time World Junior silver medalist, skates here in Paris when we come back. Back in Paris, Trophee Lalique continues now as Vincent Restoncourt from France takes the ice. The surprise silver medalist at Trophee Lalique last season. That's really where he made many of us take notice. Went on to finish 9th in the world in Nice last season.
He will open up with the triple axel, triple toe loop. Wow, that's a great way to start, and a lot of good speed coming out of that. Now, he says that he may do the quad or the triple flip. Remember, you can do a quad or a triple for the individual jump. So I guess it comes down to just how gutsy you're feeling. And he's going for the flip, and he's struggling with that a little bit, but he landed it.
Vincent, only 19 years old, a two-time world junior silver medalist. Graduated from high school last spring. Bronze medalist from the French National Championships. You know, Peter, the one positive aspect of the Michael Weisses and the Elvis Stoikos not being here, as we mentioned earlier, is that every one of these guys who takes the ice now feels like they have a chance to make it to the podium.
And there is truth to that. But, you know, it's so funny that any given day in the short program, all it takes is for you to miss a jump, and you take the deductions, and then you find yourself down in the standings. So he gets through that program really without any mistakes. The only thing he could have done differently is to put in his quad. However, he chose the triple flip.
A lot of fans here like it. Of course, at this point, they'll cheer anything that's on the ice in French. They're excited about seeing any of their skaters out there. But a solid performance for Vincent Restoncourt, the reigning French bronze medalist.
Triple axel always takes off forwards. You can't jab your foot in to get you up into the air or vault into the air. You have to really just press off that left foot and swing the right foot through, pull the arms in for the rotation, and then check out for the landing. A good combination there. And this is the triple flip. Again, the arms and legs coming in tight to create, and see how he's a little lazy on the landing there, but he won't take a deduction for that. It just didn't look good.
Mm-hmm. First set, Peter, 5.0 up to 5.5. You can hear the whistles and the boos in the background. The crowd not liking those marks.
Not really a performance that stands out, but you have to remember how he's being compared to everybody else in this competition.
And now the presentation mark, 5.1 up to 5.7.
And that's a very high mark of 5.7. He should be very pleased with that. Get a score that high.
So Vincent Restancourt into 3rd place overall so far. We're coming back with the reigning champion of Ukraine, Vitaly Denolchenko, takes the ice next. Here is Vitaly Denolchenko from Ukraine. Last couple of seasons, the national champion of that country. Saw him at Worlds last year where he was 13th. Only 22 years of age. Yagudin is your leader right now.
Remember the great skater that came from Ukraine, Viktor Petrenko. And this
ain't him.
No. Oh, gosh.
Tough start to the program.
Very true. But Terry, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm sure growing up this young man watched Petrenko, but to get to that level, it takes so many hours, so much training. Here, the triple Lutz. Very nice. Very committed on that jump. We're on the opening triple axel. We didn't see that.
Tough start to the season, too, for Denolchenko. We saw him at the Cup of Russia last week. He placed 10th. So trying to turn that around.
It's the straight line footwork step. They combine lots of fast turns, mohawks, 3 turns. Those are some of the things that make up footwork in skating. Judges want to see the diversity, not just jumps, but agility on the ice, too.
He's 22 now. Back when he was 14 years old, Denolchenko moved from his hometown to Kiev by himself. They put him up in a hotel where he lived for the next 4 years. Now he does have an apartment in Kiev.
Definitely has his own style, but he'll look back on this competition and say, what did I do on the opening triple axel?
Yeah, tough start to the program. Got better, though, as it went along. He got stronger and has some support as well here in Paris. Vitaly Denolchenko from Ukraine.
It's one thing to get up in the air and create the rotation. He's got that going for him, but he's starting to lean back, and then he never follows through with the triple axel. It's as though he was doing a double.
Marina Amerkanova, the coach, alongside. First set, 4.4 up to 5.0.
That double axel that was supposed to be a triple turned into a very bizarre double, and he's suffering because of it. Down to 4.4.
Now the second set for presentation, 5.1, the low mark there, up to 5.5. So Denolchenko finds himself in 5th place at the moment. When we come back, the 22-year-old from Michigan, Ryan Jahnke, takes the ice. This is his first Grand Prix event. His main goal here simply to leave a good impression.
It's really an incredible experience. I've wanted to do one of these big competitions for a while, and this is my first opportunity. So, I mean, I can say I'm excited about the company I'm in and the opportunity to skate in Paris, of all places.
2 Russians at the top right now. Alexei Yagudin is the leader, but here is the 22-year-old from Michigan, Ryan Jahnke, who finished 5th at the U.S. National Championships last season. This is his first appearance in the Grand Prix.
Music Take 5 by Dave Brubeck. He doesn't have a quad planned in this short program. But he will open up with a standard double axel. This will be his most difficult jump sequence here, the triple Lutz. And then the double toe loop.
Mentioned Ryan is from Michigan. Last year, though, he moved out to Colorado Springs to train with his coach, Diana Ronayne. Very involved with church activities, helps out with special needs ministry for the disabled, and also very interested in modern dance. Competes in that as well.
Triple flip, the right foot will pick in, vaulting up into the air, 2-foot landing there. So he will take a deduction for that. With those 2-foot landings, or touchdowns as we say, sometimes the judges catch it, sometimes they don't. Pretty good performance for him. A nice, clean, simple approach to skating. His dance background certainly presenting itself here in the short program.
Well, much like Jenny Kirk, who will make her senior international debut later in the show, he told us his biggest challenge, getting his nerves under control. I think he did that, Ryan Jahnke.
Important to skate within your limits here. The triple Lutz, getting nice air on that. And then following through, leaning over a little bit, but he wasn't off enough to cause a problem, so he did get his double toe loop off. However, here, watch for the toe touching down the left foot. This is where the little deduction will be right there. Ice flying up. And that'll be about 2/10 off the required elements mark.
Not even out of breath at this point. Pays to be 22 years of age, huh? First set of marks now for required elements.
Well, you can see in strong contrast to someone like Yagudin, he's seeing marks as low as 4.4 for required elements.
And now you would expect the presentation marks to be higher, and they are 4.8 up to 5.5.
Does have a nice look to his skating, and he needs to just grow upon that. But a good start for him here in France.
Solid start for Ryan Jahnke. He is down in 7th place at the moment, though. And that's where he will be heading into the free skate. But it is Alexei Yagudin who is your leader right now over Roman Serov. A bit of a surprise in 2nd place. And then Vincent Restincourt of France in 3rd. Right now, Susie Wynn is with the leader. Susie?
Thanks, Terry. Congratulations, Alexei. A great short program. You said you were concerned that you wouldn't find your quad, but it was here.
Yeah, it was a tough work, and today in the morning practice I tried to find it, and I thought that it was in the way. So tonight, during the warm-up, I finally found it, and I was really happy for that. So I did quad triple in the short program. It was really clean, but anyway, I did it. And I'm looking forward for the free program.
Now, after the free program, what's next for you? What's your strategy heading into the rest of the season?
Well, I have a really tough season, so right after Lalique, I will go to America, and then I will do Canadian Open in Hamilton, then a couple shows in the United States, and then nationals at the end of this year, 2000. So it's a lot of competitions coming this season, so I'm just really scared if I will be ready for all of them.
You will be. Congratulations and good luck to you in the free program.
Thanks a lot.
Terry, next, back to you.
Still in the heart of Paris, we are inside the Bercy Omnisport Palace as the ladies and the men are about to skate for the gold medals here at Trophee Lalique. And hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Terry Gannon. By definition, any night in Paris is a good one, but plenty of work ahead for those skaters still trying to qualify for the Grand Prix final. We're down to the final 2 events in the series, and by the end of tonight, we will have a much better idea of the top 6 skaters who will move on to the finals in Tokyo. The ladies come up a little bit later. Susie Wynn joins us then. The men are up first, and here are the overall Grand Prix standings through 4 events. Timothy Gable, Todd Eldridge, they've already qualified for the final. Matt Savoy looking good from the U.S. Alexei Yagudin trying to wrap up a spot here in Paris tonight. Yevgeny Plishenko will try to do the same next week in Japan. And Olympic silver medalist Peter Carruthers joins me right now. And Peter, this was supposed to be a rematch between the 3 men on the podium at last year's World Championships. Elvis Stoico, though, is out with an injury. Michael Weiss, we saw him struggle last week in Russia. He's still banged up, so it comes down to Alexei Yagudin. Somehow, he's got to motivate himself and get up for this.
Well, it's tough to figure out Yagudin. You really need to go below the surface to understand him. First of all, his quad has not been good in practice this week, but when the short program came along, he nailed it. Second of all, he has told us that leading up to a competition like this one, sometimes he only skates an hour a day. This is not typical work ethic of a 3-time world champion, but what Alexei Yagudin can do better than anyone else is get into the zone and mentally focus on what he needs to do to execute the difficult jumps in his program. Trust me, right now in this 6-minute warm-up, he's got the switch turned on. He's in the zone. Now, all skaters do this, but I've never seen anyone call it up as fast as Alexei Yagudin can.
And he is in the lead right now after the short program. And then it is wide open, folks. Roman Serov of Russia in second. Vincent Restancourt of France in third. And on the ice first, an American, the 22-year-old, originally from Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan. He lives and trains in Colorado Springs now. Here is Ryan Jahnke making his Grand Prix debut. We saw him place 5th at the last U.S. Nationals. Skating to a collection of Indian music, including Shake by Ravi Shankar, the sitar player.
He does not have a quad planned in this performance. However, he will open up with a triple axel. And that was kind of sloppy to start that way. Not a good landing. We'll hope to improve the landings on jumps from here on in.
Ryan is in 9th place after the short program, but he skated pretty well in the short.
The next most difficult jump before the triple axel is the triple Lutz there, pitching forward, but able to get off a double toe loop.
Triple flip.
Young guy who is also very involved with modern dance, competes in that when he's away from the ice. Was going to school, but put his formal education on hold. Very involved, he says, with his church and helping out special needs ministry for the disabled. Teaches Sunday school.
Difficult triple Salchow. He wants a triple loop right after that, and he did complete it. However, he didn't get around. In other words, it was a little cheap to the landing. He got about 2 3/4 of a rotation on the second jump. Better that than a fall. Triple toe wally or triple toe loop. There's a dispute over what this jump is actually called. Nice triple loop there.
Why the dispute?
Well, years ago it was called the triple toe wally, and it's actually a jump that takes off of exactly the same edge with the same foot picking in. Pretty good performance for him. His goal was to, or is to, make his triple axel consistent, so he's definitely moving in that direction.
Yeah, he suffered from some tendonitis in his right knee, but he's battled that, battled through nerves, and all he wanted to do is make a good impression on the judges here in Paris. Ryan Jahnke.
Speaking of that triple axel, here it is. The axle always takes off forwards, and he has a 2-foot landing there, but he's getting more experience with that, and he wants a little more height, quicker rotation to make that successful. And right here, this is his combination. First the triple Salchow, and then the triple loop, but see if he gets around. No, you can see he cheats that jump, under-rotated by almost half a turn.
And a look right now at the panel of judges that will cast their votes tonight. Peter, what are they looking for?
Although we put so much emphasis on the big quad jump in the pre-program, the judges also want to see originality and a lot of good spinning, quality within the spins, well sustained and centered in one spot.
Now alongside Diana Ronayne, his first and only coach for 13 years. Seems to be becoming more and more rare in skating to stay with a coach that long. Here's the first set of marks for technical merit, 4.6 up to 5.3, wide range. And you can hear the boos and the catcalls from the crowd here. They thought they would be higher. And now presentation marks 4.9, another low one there, but all the way up to 5.7. So Ryan Jahnke of the U.S. gets the men's free skate underway. And when we come back, the man who is surprisingly in second place, Roman Serov of Russia. He may attempt a jump that no one has been able to complete before. He skates when we come back to Trophee Lalique.
When you talk about men's figure skating, definitely the focal point is the quad. This is the quadruple toe loop. The skater uses his toe pick to vault himself into the air, then completes 4 revolutions before landing. This is the quadruple Salchow, an edge jump. Here, the skater takes off from an inside edge. One of the most difficult combinations done today is this, the quadruple toe, triple toe, double loop combination. Besides the Salchow and the toe loop, no other quad has been landed in competition.
The men's free skate continues now here in Paris, and Roman Serov takes the ice. A surprise second-place finish in the short program. He was fourth at last year's Russian National Championships, and he may attempt the quad loop here. If he does it, he would be the first to ever complete it in competition.
Well, not only is he a good jumper, but he also has very good choreography and style within his skating. You mentioned that quadruple loop. It is the first jump planned in his program. Here it is. Back right outside edge and only a double. If the timing is just off a little bit, that's the result.
A little bit anticlimactic, huh?
But look at that triple axel, triple toe loop. Nice pacing. And then another double. He's going in and out of his jumps. Triple flip, right foot, jabbing into the ice.
"23 years of age, from Moscow. We saw him at Skate America, but to be frank, no one really paid much attention there. They certainly know him in Russia. I mentioned he finished just off the podium last year at the Nationals, and you're talking about finishing behind guys like Alexei Yagudin, Yevgeny Plushenko, Alexander Apt.
That's the depth that we have in Russia right now in men's figure skating, and that just makes all of them work that much harder. They push each other.
But because of that, it may be a while before we see this guy at the World Championships.
Spread eagle. And watch this, right up into a triple axel. Failed attempt there. Hard to do that because your hips are turned out and both the feet are facing out like that. And then to jump off of that, really hard to do. But he'll step right up into a triple Salchow there. Very nice. What he did on that jump was he jabbed the right foot in, but he just threw his upper body, and that took him off his center axis, and he did not stay perpendicular to the ice.
Maybe a bit of fatigue setting in at the end of 4.5 minutes.
And still gaining experience. Kind of slow skating into this, what was supposed to be a triple loop, only a double there. Remember, he was going to try a quad at the front of the program. So this is below the level that he's used to.
looked exhausted at the end of that program.
Yeah, remember, figure skating demands a lot of endurance. You have to have great stamina, and it doesn't get easier towards the end of the program.
Great opportunity for him, though, to medal at this level. He was in second after the short program. Roman Serov.
We were talking it up, the quad, but it was only a double. You have to get your upper body, lower body all working together and not fool with the timing to get those 4 revolutions. And here is the triple axel, 3.5 rotations. That one very good, and watch him step right up into the triple toe loop. A very good jump combination. And then what he does here is he kind of throws his upper body, shoulders come up too high, falls off the axis, and then falls off the back of the skate. He doesn't have a successful landing.
Viktor Kudyavtsev used to coach Ilya Kulik, the Olympic champion, and still coaches Victoria Volchkova, who we will see later tonight here in Paris. Now the first set of marks for technical merit, 4.9 up to 5.5.
How do you like this? From 4.9 up to 5.5 for technical merit. That's a huge range.
And now for presentation, 5.4 up to 5.6. So Serov moves ahead of Ryan Jahnke right now. We're coming back with the leader after this short program, the 3-time world champion from Russia, Alexei Yagudin. He's already had a performance in the Grand Prix that he believes would have won a 4th world title.
I think that to skate how I did in Canada, I think that will be enough to win the Worlds this year, because I have a lot of power in my skating at Skate Canada, and I was actually amazed how I did there.
Oh my gosh, that was huge. That is just remarkable. Ah, so athletic.
I have never skated like I did in Canada.
The best in the world will try to top that the rest of the season. I don't think you can.
I think that when people see me skating good all the time, almost all the time, and they think that, oh my God, he worked a lot and he's supposed to be on the ice all the time, but no. During the season, I skate like for 1 hour. That's it for a day. Like half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. And I just prefer to lay on the sofa and watch TV. That I think the people will be surprised to hear about me. At the same point, I really like figure skating, but I also like other life. And we have also be like focus on our life and about our families and parents and other stuff. I think there are much more things to do in this life than just figure skating.
From couch potato to 3-time world champion, Alexei Yagudin skates when we come back to Paris. Programs coming up on ESPN tomorrow night, and the pairs and ice dance Friday night on Lifetime. Welcome back to Paris. Trophee Lalique continues now, and the men's free skate with the headliner on the ice. The 3-time and reigning world champion from Russia, Alexei Yagudin, trying to win for the 2nd time in the Grand Prix. He came in 2nd at Skate America, lost to Timothy Gable, then was terrific at Skate Canada. That probably is the performance of the year so far.
This music from the motion picture Gladiator. Watch the intensity that he carries. He will open up with the quadruple toe loop and then follow it up with a triple toe, almost identical to what he did in the short program. Yep. The only thing that was wrong with that is, 1, he was a little bit close to the boards, and 2, the run out on the 2nd triple was not very good. He needs to get more speed, but still. Now, triple Lutz. Watch the height he'll get on this triple axel. triple toe loop combination. There he is in the execution mode.
Hard to believe that he is only 20 years old. Originally from St. Petersburg, Russia, but lives in the U.S., has his green card. And when you spend time with him, the thing that I'm most impressed with is that there's no false bravado. There's no insecurity that he is covering up. He tells you exactly what's on his mind. He's very honest about his skating.
A little mistake there. Triple flip, only a single loop. He was looking for a triple after that. But my, what an athletic man to get up in the air on that triple axel like that. Very strong. Loop. So strong. Even if he is tired, he has explosive strength to get him through the jumps at the end of the program. Look at that, going down on one arm, supporting his body.
Hadn't seen that before.
No, that is a new move.
Ongoing rivalry, of course, with Yevgeny Plishenko, also from St. Petersburg. He tries to clinch next week in Japan. Yagudin will do it here in Paris.
Look at the abandon he has. You know, he's just attacking at this point.
Here you just don't see that.
No.
He gets stronger as the program goes on.
Yes.
And at the end, he is stronger than he was throughout the entire program.
Absolutely. It's that switch. He turns it on. He gets in the zone, and nothing gets in his way. And I appreciate that so much and respect it because it is so hard to do. What an athlete.
Talk to us this week about how difficult it will be to win his 4th straight world title and how challenging it is to skate event after event now and get up to a level he needs to be at. He said, yeah, I'm scared. I look around, I got Timothy Gable out there, I got Yevgeny Plishenko out there, Todd Eldredge is back now. I'm a little bit scared of trying to defend that title again, but you know what? When the lights go on, somehow he calls it up.
How do you like this? Opening move, the quadruple toe loop. He gets plenty of height. The only thing he wants to improve on is he's kind of at a standstill doing the triple toe loop. He wants to have more run out. Barely able to do that, but he didn't put his foot down. Here's the triple axel. Just gets up in the air. 3.5 rotations, no problem. Another 3 on the triple toe loop. Fantastic. And this is the triple sow cow. Huge height on that. He breaks out of rotation about a half a foot off the ice. Very strong. Now check this out. This shows even more strength. He's going to go down, support his weight on one arm, and slide along with no blades on the ice. Very tough to do. And what I love most about Yagudin is the intensity and the passion that he has. When he's skating well, he knows it, and so does the rest of the world.
Obviously, very high marks on the way, and now the first set. 5/8s and 5/9s.
I love it. Well deserved. What can you say about Alexei Yagudin more than he comes back every time?
Now for presentation, Peter, he got 2 6.0s in Canada. Check this out. 3 6.0s here in Paris.
As I was going to say, he comes back every time. Better and better. The judges see that, and that's why they're rewarding him with those 6.0s.
What a Grand Prix final it will be when he takes on Yevgeny Plushenko. Wow. Down to the final skater here in the men's free skate, Alexei Yagudin with a commanding lead. But here is the French national champion taking the ice, 23 years of age, Jahnke. And this crowd trying to cheer him on to stand on the podium.
I'll tell you, tough act to follow, though. Let's see if he can take some of the momentum that Yagudin's created and do well for himself here. Only a triple toe loop. He wanted a quad. But do you see the conviction that someone like Yagudin has when he's going in? And then compare him to someone like Stanek. It's a different mindset.
Nowhere near the confidence.
No, and not the intensity. And there, a big fall on the triple axel. Taking nothing away from this man. But still a totally different league from Yagudin. And only a double flip there.
Well, most are in a different league than Alexei Yagudin. Jahnke, though, we saw him at the World Championships in Nice. He placed 7th. Heck of a finish for him. The surprise winner of the French National Championships last year with names like Laurent Taubel and Vincent Rastancourt.
You know, here's the other thing. When someone like Yagudin gets on the ice, you know what he is trying to deliver. A great program that shows athleticism, intensity, passion. With a program like this, you're not really sure of what he's trying to portray for an image on the ice. It's sort of nondescript. There you go. Nice triple axel.
together now.
Yes. Much stronger at the end of the program. When this happens, you know that it's nerves at the beginning, because what he's doing is getting more warmed up, more comfortable. He's obviously trained, so much improved over the front of the program. Well, he did gather a lot of momentum toward the end of the program, and if you're going to have a fair performance, you want it to be at the front so the judges only remember you for what you did at the end, because that's the last thing they see.
Fourth quarter comeback, at least to make it solid. Here at home, Stanik Jeanette, the reigning French champion. Can he stand on the podium? We'll see. And don't forget, the ladies come up next. Maria Butirskaya backstage. She's getting ready. The ladies free skate follows the men as we continue from Trophee Lalique. Stanik Jeanette, the French national champion, sits and waits for his marks. Peter, let's take a look at his triple axel here.
Now, the first one he had a lot of trouble with. He gets up in the air, but doesn't get around and has a big crash on the landing. However, amazing to see that he really got it together on the second one. This one, good tight rotation, but those legs, or the leg and arms coming out to stop the rotation, much better. And this is an unusual slide, but you can see that nothing like what Yagudin did, where he held that long position on the ice. And pretty pumped up to know that the end of the program was a heck of a lot better than the start.
Now, earlier today at practice, Anik Gayagay, the coach on the right, pulled a Bobby Knight. I mean, she was all over Stanik Jeanette after he made some mistakes in practice. Maybe it helped him come back tonight. Technical merit marks 5.2 up to 5.6.
And these marks for him, they would have been so much better had he had less mistakes in the beginning of the program.
Remember, though, he was in fourth, so he's trying to make it to the podium here. Presentation marks, and those are good enough, Peter. 5.4 to 5.7. Stanik Jeanette not only makes it to the top three, he moves Roman Serov out of the second spot. He's in second, right behind Alexei Yagudin. Silver medal time. So it's Alexei Yagudin who wins the gold here in Paris, his second gold of the Grand Prix series, and he has secured a spot at the Grand Prix final. Stanik Jeanette, the French champion, ends up with the silver medal, and Roman Serov of Russia, great event for him. He ends up with the bronze. Ryan Jahnke, all the way from 9th to 6th. That's where he finishes up here in Paris. Right now, Peter Carruthers has made his way over to have a word with the champion. Peter?
Okay, Terry, thank you very much. Alexei Yagudin, 3 big 6.0s. What does that do for your confidence?
I think that was a result of my work on ice, that I did a really good job tonight on the ice, and I think that what judges decided to give me after my successful skating.
Now, you really know how to get into the zone. You're able to focus and concentrate. All week in practice, trouble with the quad, but in the short program, you nailed it. In the free program, you nailed it. What do you do to get yourself psyched up?
I think that's why I'm three-time world champion, that I can be really focused in the right time.
Focused, to say the least. Now, you do this really neat slide in your program where the elbow goes down on the ice and the feet go out. How did you come up with that?
You know, actually, I have this element in my interpretive program, and I included it into my free program tonight because I was not allowed to do anything else because I did a lot of jumps before it. So, but I think I got deduction on that because it was illegal.
Now, looking toward the Grand Prix finals and the World Championships, what can you do to improve upon this to go into those events?
I think just to skate with more passion and just to include one more quad.
Well, I got to tell you, that was an extraordinary performance. Outstanding by Alexei Yagudin. Terry, back to you.
All right, Peter, thank you. It's a little bit scary to think that Alexei Yagudin could add a quad and get even better based on what he has done this season. But look at those who have qualified already for the Grand Prix final. Yagudin does it here. Timothy Gable has done it, and Todd Eldridge. What a Grand Prix final it will be as Yagudin takes on those who have already qualified. Timothy Gable, remember, beat him at Skate America and performed 3 quads in his free skate. And Todd Eldridge, of course, the world champion, 5-time U.S. champion, is back on the eligible scene. And next week in Japan, Yevgeny Plushenko should qualify too. It will be a great final in Tokyo. Much more to come tonight from Paris, though. The ladies back inside the Berezhnaya Arena. The fans here, skaters here, getting set now for the original dance. And things are pretty wide open in terms of the Grand Prix standings through 4 events. Fusarpoli and Margallo, the only team so far to clinch a spot in the Grand Prix final.
Hi again, everybody. Terry Gannon back with Susie Wynn now. And Susie, the compulsory dances have already taken place. This, of course, the original dance. What sets this apart from the other phases of the competition for the ice dance?
Well, the second phase is a little bit different than the free dance because it's only 2.5 minutes in length. And one of the requirements, aside from the required lifts and spins and footwork, is the music. The skaters get to choose from a variety of rhythms: the quick step, foxtrot, Charleston, and the march. And it's really the dance team that combines all of those required elements with great technique and speed, but also captures the spirit and character of the dance. That's the person that will stand out.
Well, the team that's been able to do that over the course of the last season, at least, better than anyone else, Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pezera, the reigning world champions, and now they're at home.
Well, they're at home, and they're like rock stars here at home. And I know this audience will really appreciate and get into their performance. They are revered and embraced very much how the United States embraces Michelle Kwan and Peggy Fleming and Dorothy Hamill. So it should be really fun to see how they'll rise to the occasion.
Always do, and especially here at home. Well, the standings right now after the compulsory dance, Anasina and Pezera, of course, in first place right now. The Russian team right behind, Lobacheva and Averbuk. Then the German team, Kati Winkler, Renee Losa, in their first scoring competition of the season in the Grand Prix.
And that's the team getting things underway here in the original dance. We saw them at Nations Cup, where they placed 4th, trying to improve on that. Right now they are in 3rd. Kati Winkler and Renee Losa.
And they're right in characters. They skate to the music from Cabaret Hot Honey Red. Those feet have to be nice and quick and very precise.
As you saw all the empty seats here, you got to trust us on this, folks. There are people, fans in the seats, but they have put them for some reason all on one side of this arena, and it's a very large arena. It's about a 14,000 seat arena here.
So as a skater, when an arena is that big, you have to perform and project to the top seats. Otherwise, it just doesn't work and convey. Now, this is a quick step. It differs in the Charleston in that it has quick feet and interspersed with smooth gliding edges, whereas with the Charleston, rather, just a lot of fast and fun footwork.
Both Kati and Renee from the former East Germany moving up the ranks. They placed 6th at the World Championships last season.
This is their diagonal footwork. It would be better if you watch their hold during that, if they lifted their elbows up and had better hold. But a fun lift there. Well, they certainly skate with great energy, and their performance skills are very, very high. Excellent.
This is an original dance that has been well received this year, too, isn't it?
Well, it stands out from the rest. They really stick to the character and skate to music from that period, so it's interesting.
Katze Winkler and Renee Losa from Germany.
Now, this is nice diagonal footwork, but they could get a little closer. And watch their arms in the back. See how their elbows are dropping? If they just lifted that structure up, they'd get closer and faster. But what was so much fun was just how they got right into the character. They gave it everything they had, really working so well with the music. Fun to watch.
And now the two sets of marks in the original dance. The first set is for composition.
Well, you know, the hard thing about this original dance is people may think it borders more on a theatrical side of things rather than a really strong technical performance. But I enjoyed it. I think it was strong.
And now the second set is for presentation, and 5.5 up to 5.8 the range.
See what I mean? I think they were just holding the marks technically. You might feel it's more of a theatrical dance.
Yeah, much higher marks for presentation for Katze Winkler and Renee Losa. Back in Paris, you can hear the crowd now for two of France's own. The silver medalists from the French National Championships last season, Isabelle Delabelle and Olivier Schoenfelder. They live and train in Lyon and train alongside Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pezera, the world champions, who are still to skate here. Here they go.
And they're starting off with a foxtrot, too. Nat King Cole's Unforgettable. Really has a smooth and romantic quality to it, almost a little old-fashioned spirit to it. They've chosen to do their side-by-side footwork to the slower rhythm, so you can really see their unison's very nice. Some very hard turns because they're turning on both feet, all different edges. They're combining this with more of a modern quick step. Jumpin' Jack by the Big Bad Voodoo Daddies. It's really hard to keep the speed up in quick step because there's a lot of toe steps that can slow you down. So the person that can keep that strength and that glide in their blade really can make a big impression. They do it pretty well. They could go a little faster, just build that impression. A nice skate. They should feel really proud to put out that performance here in front of their countrymen.
Always nice to skate at home. And how tough is it to move up the ranks? in ice dancing? Well, they've been together for 10 years now. Finally got to the spot where they finished 11th at the World Championships last season, but skating awfully well now.
They really are, and I'm certain that it helps that they're training alongside Anasina and Pezera.
Isabelle Delabelle and Olivier Schoenfelder.
And here in this diagonal footwork, they have nice unison. Watch the feet. They're a little far apart through the hips. Again, it's so hard to skate close to your partner. That's one of the tricks in ice dancing. And these two are great with dance lifts, but this lift I find a little simple. This music is modern, and I know that they could have taken it one more level. It's a pretty lift, but very simple.
Isabelle comes from a family of figure skaters. Her sister Veronique is also an ice dancer, and she skated with her brother before she teamed up with Olivier. First set now for composition.
Well, some of those marks look a little low. The 4.9 from Great Britain, I think that is because they skated a little slow. They could skate a little closer together, and some of the lifts weren't as difficult as they could have been.
And now for presentation, 4.8 up to 5.5. The crowd wants better marks there, too.
Well, I think that in their presentation, they did skate up, and those marks should be a little higher.
Delabelle and Schoenfelder here in the original dance, now in second place. We're coming back with the reigning world champions, guaranteed to bring the folks out of their seats here. Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pezera take the ice next. And now the team that many in this arena came to see, Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pezera, not only the French national champions 5 times over, but also the 2000 world champions.
Choice for the foxtrot music. It sounds great on the ice, and it's fun to dance to.
Sounds pretty good anywhere.
Sure does. Already they're skating better than they did at Skate Canada. They look more confident, a little cleaner. Nice unison in their dance spin. Has to turn at least three revolutions.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime at the Copacabana.
And Skate Canada was an event they won. Now trying to clinch a spot in the Grand Prix final. Fusarpoli and Margaglio, their rivals from Italy that finished right behind them at the World Championships last year. They're already in the final, too.
A bobble there, off balance from Gwendal. Thing with ice dancing, you can't rely on the big, huge jumps and spins. So when something goes wrong, sometimes it just flashes before your eyes and they recover. It's hard to notice it. Side-by-side footwork. Watch the unison in the feet. Are they close together, right next to each other? Not the most difficult footwork. Well, it's certainly a step up from Skate Canada. I just don't think they're real comfortable with these traditional themes. They have a flair for drama, and this certainly restricts them a little bit.
And last year, when they did have a problem, it was always in the original dance.
Always.
Even though they dominated last year, they won everything they entered last season, and on their way, at least to this point, to doing the same this year. Marina Anasina and Gwendal Pezera.
Their problems seem to happen whenever they let go and do a little bit more individual skating, as you see there.
Whoa.
Together, they're very secure, but whenever they lose their dance hold, that's when the mistakes happen. And here's a little closer look here as he's turning. This is a simple turn. It's just called a 3-turn. And there are problems. These are the mistakes he made also at the World Championships and at Skate Canada.
Stuffed animal and flowers in hand. They await their marks now, and here they are. Competition marks 5.4 up to 5.7.
Well, she probably saw the little bobble. Everything else was very difficult and well put together, well choreographed, but you do have to take into consideration the stumble. She's fair to say that that's how she saw it.
Couple of 5.4s there, and you don't normally see those for the world champs. Now for presentation, and those are much higher.
Well, there you go. I don't need to say anything about those marks.
5.8s, 5.9s. Was there any doubt? Marina Anasina, Gwendal Pezera into first place. And up next here in Paris, it will be a tough act to follow, but it's up to the American champions, Naomi Lang and Peter Chernishev are next. It continues, and here are the two-time and reigning American champions, Naomi Lang and Peter Chernishev. Right now, Anasina and Pezera in the lead over Winkler and Losa of Germany, then Delobel and Schoenfelder of France in third. The Americans in fourth place after the compulsory dance.
And these two are excellent skaters. Watch for great leg line, tremendous unison. We're trying to portray a couple flirting at a cocktail party.
Let me see what spring is like.
Got to be tough to concentrate for them, too. They arrived here in Paris and were immediately handed a letter from a Bulgarian lawyer saying that they were being sued by another team, Denkova and Stavisky. Albana Denkova was injured after a collision with the Americans with Peter Chernishev in practice at the World Championships in Nice last season, and now that's about all we know about it right now, is that they plan to sue.
It is so sad because collisions can happen. Peter and Naomi are just a great couple, very nice people. I'm sure it was pure accident.
And just a final point on that, it's actually Peter individually who is being sued, or at least is the target of right now what could be a lawsuit. Odd situation.
Now that's some great quality dancing. Really a nice skate for them.
Now working with Sasha Julin, former world champion in ice dance, and he said the one thing he wanted to improve with them was their speed. You see an improvement in that?
I really do. What they've done is they've really opened up their choreography, made it a little more free, less tight, and they are finding that speed that Sasha was looking for.
The U.S. champs here in the original dance, Naomi Lang and Peter Chernishev.
And you can really see that both of this team just has quality skating all the way. Watch here, the unison. They don't lose any speed on their turns. They've got great feet. And one thing they do so well are these specialty moves. This is a hydroblading move. That is, he's very low. He's at a low angle on the ice. That takes great balance. And you really have to feel the relationship in your bodies.
And now the marks, the first set for composition, 5.1 up to 5.4.
I think some of these 5.1s and 5.2s are a little bit low considering how nice the choreography was and how well skated their required elements were.
They placed 5th at Skate America earlier in the Grand Prix, and many there thought they should have been judged higher than that. Now presentation marks 5.4 up to 5.7.
That's a nice range. 5.7 is where I'd have it between 5.5 and 5.7. They really did perform this well and put their heart and souls into it.
So you're in agreement with the judges
Oh
pretty
my
much.
goodness.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
Lang and Chernishev into 3rd place at the moment. And when we come back to Paris, the Russian national champions take the ice. Irina Lobacheva and Ilya Averbuk skate when we return. Right now, Anasina and Pezera in the lead, but here's the final team to take the ice in the original dance. From Russia, Irina Lobacheva and Ilya Averbuk, the 2-time and reigning Russian national champions, trying to clinch a spot at the Grand Prix final in this event here in Paris.
Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy.
We saw them last week when they were at home in Russia at Cup of Russia. They claimed the silver medal there behind Fusarpoli and Margallo, the reigning world silver medalists. Now they have to take on the reigning world champs in France. You know, we've talked about it before and told the story, but Ilya Averbuk used to skate with Marina Anasina. They were 2-time world junior champions together, but he met Irina, fell in love, and now they're married, and of course he's been with her on the ice.
I wonder what that's like.
It's got to be an odd dynamic. I know it's been some years, but just to skate in the same competition with them.
I wonder if.
Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking that these rhythms are primarily North American, other than the march rhythm that they can choose from. And I get the feeling that some of the European skaters are struggling with the theme. It's not a part of their culture, a part of their souls. Although they're skating well, sometimes I feel the expression is a little bit forced.
Here we go.
That's tricky. Well, this was certainly well skated. They're a nice couple. I like the dance, but I'm just not sure it suits them.
Well, and they're both from Moscow, but they have been living in the U.S. Well, 1994 was the year after the Olympics when they moved to the U.S. They live and train in Newark, Delaware, but it's a good point you make. It may not come naturally to them.
I'm finding it also with Anasina and Pezera. I just don't feel it's something they're comfortable with. It doesn't really show off their great skating. Now here in the side-by-side footwork, nice unison, but they're a little far apart. That makes it easier, less tricky. As you get closer, it's much, much harder to keep that unison, and it's a little scary. But this is a clever lift. Right here, you can see this takes flexibility, strength, a little rotation there. I'm sure they worked very hard on that off ice for several weeks to make that work.
Well, Ilya told us that last year was their worst ever, even though they finished once again for the 3rd straight year just off the podium at Worlds in 4th place. Now, the first set, Susie.
Well, these are some nice marks. They should be very pleased with these. These are very high.
And now for presentation, 5.7 up to 5.9. Guess what, folks? Everyone already handed the gold medal to Anasina and Peisera. It's Lobacheva and Averbuk in 1st place.
It's a big surprise.
No one in this arena, and that's why it's so quiet here right now.
It's like a funeral.
Everyone is stunned. Obviously, this is a French crowd, but an appreciative hand now from the crowd here in Paris. Arina Lobacheva and Ilya Averbuk in the lead. That's an upset so far over Anasina and Peisera. Then Winkler and Losa of Germany and Lang and Chernyshev of the U.S. They're in 4th place right now. Should be a great finish to the ice dance competition. Earlier in the ice dance competition here in Paris, the reigning world champions Marina Anasina and Gwendal Peisera took the ice for the free dance in 2nd place, needing to come back. Here's how Susie Wynn and I called it.
The music from the soundtrack Beethoven's Last Night. Rotational lift because she exit coming out forward, which is harder to do because the toe pick can get in the way. Was choreographed by Christopher Dean and Ludmila Vlasova. They also had a little help from Tatiana Tarasova.
Torvill and Dean set such a standard in ice dance. Do you see the influence with them?
Last year I did, when Torvill and Dean choreographed their Carmina Burana free dance. I could really see the influence, and it really developed something special in them. This year, I just don't think they've captured the depth that they were reaching to last year. Move, leverage is involved, a little bit of practice to make those move out well. Lack of unison in the set of twizzles and turns that you just saw.
standing ovation for the home team here in Paris. Arena Anasina, Gwendal Pejara bringing the fans to their feet and coming back from second place to win the gold medal at Trophee Lalique over the Russian team, Irina Lobacheva and Ilya Averbukh. Anasina and Pejara have grown quite accustomed to skating away with the gold. They are the reigning world champions and join Lobacheva and Averbukh and Fusarpoli and Margallo as those who have qualified already for the Grand Prix final. Barbara Fusarpoli, Maurizio Margallo. What a showdown that will be at the Grand Prix final in Tokyo. That has stood the test of time, Maria Butyrskaya plays well in the French capital. The mature elegance that guided her to a world championship in '99 has become her defining quality. Tonight, the stage is hers in Paris. Another great look at the Eiffel Tower, all lit up on this evening as we welcome you back to event number 5 of 6 events in the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating. Trophee Lalique continues now with the ladies taking the ice, getting ready for their short programs here. And the overall Grand Prix standings through 4 events, Michelle Kwan, the only one to have mathematically clinched so far. Sokolova and Hughes in a great spot, and Maria Butyrskaya trying to wrap up her spot in the final in Tokyo this week in Paris.
And hi again, everybody. Terry Gannon, Peter Carruthers, and Susie Wynn back with you. Maria Butyrskaya in a familiar place. She often enters a competition as the clear-cut favorite, but what is unfamiliar territory for her, she doesn't know where the competition's coming from. Usually she's got a rival or two she can point at, but here a number of young skaters really trying to take her down, Susie. Where is she in terms of her skating right now?
Well, she says that this season really feels different for her. She's not coming here as the world champion. That makes her feel a little more vulnerable, less protected from the judges and by the judges. When I asked her how she perceives her competition, she said, well, if I skate very well, there's no competition. If I skate poorly, everyone's my competitor. But she knows as well as anyone that she needs to not only turn in a strong technical performance, she has to bring her grace and beauty to the sport as well to keep the balance in her favor.
She's got it figured out, at least, it sounds
she
like,
does.
Here in Paris. Well, at the other end of the spectrum is a youngster making her senior international debut, Peter. Jenny Kirk, only 16 years of age, from the U.S.
Definitely. I just love it when somebody new comes on the scene, and that's definitely Jenny Kirk. She's a world junior champion, and this is her first international Grand Prix event. Now, for a skater, this is a big step up. There's a lot of excitement, but there's a little bit of fear. Think about it. She's going up against Maria Butyrskaya, so when Jenny Kirk gets on the ice for the short program, her heart's going to be pounding. The adrenaline will definitely be pumping, but she knows it's her chance to make a big splash in ladies figure skating. She just hopes it goes well here. It'll be interesting to see what she can do.
Well, the short program, as always, 2 minutes and 40 seconds in length. And, Susie, there are 8 required elements here.
The 8 required elements are very difficult, but the most difficult is the jump combination. Most women are choosing to do the triple Lutz double toe loop, and that's really going to separate the people that stand on the podium and the people that aren't there.
French national champion who gets things underway. There, the ladies' short program, Vanessa Guzmaroli, the 1997 world bronze medalist. Since then, it's been a bit of a struggle trying to get back to that level, but she is here in home, in her hometown. She lives and trains in Paris.
She's opening up with the very difficult triple Lutz double toe combination. Watch the right leg extend back. Very secure.
It's a
nice
good height
start.
on that.
Can't hear myself or my colleagues.
Susie mentioned earlier, on the triple Lutz, it's the right foot that vaults into the ice and gets you up in the air. Same thing here, but now off of a back inside edge, and she stumbles on the landing there.
we saw Vanessa a few weeks ago in Germany at Nations Cup. She was great in the short program there. In fact, she was one of the top contenders. She was in 3rd place going to the free skate, but just a disastrous free skate there, and she fell all the way to 6th place.
Last jump in the short program here, the double axel. A very secure performance other than the trouble in the preceding footwork into the triple flip. She really had trouble there, and those mistakes can't be made at this level.
And she did a nice triple Lutz, but not her best.
So Vanessa Guzmaroli, her effort here in her hometown. See what the judges think in a moment.
What she does well is let that right foot jab in and get herself up into the air. Nice height, and she's able to complete a nice double toe loop after that triple Lutz. That was fine, but then the steps coming into this triple flip, not as secure. She just does not seem to carry through the good technique, and watch her just fold. And down goes the hand, a stumble for her, and that'll be a deduction.
All right, so now the first set for Vanessa Guzmaroli. Required element marks, 4.8 up to 5.1, the range.
Well, at this point, you just cannot stumble on the triple jump, and she stumbled on the triple flip, and that just can't happen.
And now the second set for presentation, almost all 5.5. There is one 5.6 from the French judge.
You just can see where you really get taxed if you make a mistake on the jumps.
Vanessa Guzmaroli sets the standard. The rest will try to match. And when we come back, the 99 world champion, Maria Butirskaya, will take the ice. She realizes how hard it will be to get her title back.
Не знаю, мне кажется, в прошлом году мне немножко легче было выступать, потому что как бы я выходила на лед.
I don't know. I think last year it was a bit easier to compete because I was the world champion. I think some of the mistakes were forgiven. This year, I don't have the leeway for mistakes. So I think it will be more difficult this year.
Back in Paris, the ladies' short program continues. Terry Gannon, Susie Wynn, and Peter Carruthers with you. And here is Maria Butirskaya. She won a couple of weeks ago in Germany at Nations Cup. So she is trying to remain undefeated on the season in the Grand Prix, win her second gold medal, and trying to clinch a spot in the Grand Prix final.
Music Scène d'Amour, performed by Sarah Brightman.
Got some good speed going into her triple combination. It is the triple Lutz, double toe loop, and that's one of the better triple double combinations I've seen her do. She really bent her knees, allowing her to get up in the air.
This is the jump that she struggled with at Nations Cup, preceding footwork into the triple flip. A lot better, but still a little shaky on the landing.
Double axel taking off forwards. Nice pacing throughout.
is a back spiral. In the spiral sequence, you have to choose 3 different types of spirals.
I think she looked more comfortable with this short program, and certainly the jumps were indicative of that this time.
Everything. She just has skated with a lot more speed. I'm sure that she wants to be world champion once again. You can really sense that.
She's had to prove herself so many times. You go back to when she was 15, and in Russia, the Central Army Sports Club said, hang up your skates. You got no future in figure skating. She didn't listen to them. She went on eventually to win that world title in '99, and now a different outlet this year for Maria Butyrskaya, not trying to defend a world championship, but certainly the overwhelming favorite here.
Here is the triple Lutz. She really gets up into the air. That's what she needs, is the height to complete the triple Lutz, and then a nice double toe loop.
And the one thing that she really looks so nice doing, she's just got a beautiful flair, very pretty elegance and softness through her arms, and a real sensitivity with her music.
Now with her coach, Yelena Tchaikovskaya, her 6th coach, but she's been with her for quite some time now. Required element marks 5.6 to 5.8.
You know, these are good marks for her, and look at her. She's really relaxed. She's happy that she's skating well early in the season, and that's good for her at this point.
Yeah, kind of feeling her way through in Germany a couple of weeks ago, but not here in the short program. Presentation marks in the 5.8, 5.9 range.
When you can see, this is definitely where her strength is, but she's really balancing the technical and the artistry really well here in the short program.
And a very good start to Trophee Lalique for Maria Butyrskaya. She takes the lead. Is Victoria Volchkova, the 18-year-old from St. Petersburg, Russia. She has won 2 bronze medals at the European Championships, but it's been a bit of a struggle so far this year for her. A 4th at Skate America, a 5th at Cup of Russia.
Victoria Volchkova gets a lot of height on her jumps because she really does bend her knee and launch into the air. The problem is sometimes she gets up so high she starts to lean and she has trouble. She will open with the triple Lutz double toe loop. And just perfect there.
No trouble. Again, this triple flip is a tough jump for these ladies. She's struggled with it at Cup of Russia, but she's really got the feel for it now. Well, she's got to be pleased with that. What a step up from the first two competitions of the series. I just get the feeling the more confidence she has, the more polished she'll become.
The smile creeping on her face. She's got to be thrilled because she has not been that good throughout the entire season. Last year, a couple of silver medalists in the Grand Prix, including one right here at Trophee Lalique. But a good performance to start this year's Lalique for Victoria Volchkova.
We've been talking about bending the knees, and what she does here to get up in the air, look how she really trusts her knee bend, and that's what gets her the height. She's able to really spring off the ice, and that's evident there on that triple Lutz double toe loop. And the same thing here on the triple flip. That really helps her jumping technique. Very good.
On with her coach, Victor Kudryavtsev. Victoria, to use an NCAA tournament term, is really on the bubble when you look ahead to the Grand Prix final. She and Jennifer Robinson, Vanessa Guzmaroli, all trying to get there. Required element marks 5.2 to 5.7.
Peter, these seem a little bit low. The only thing that I could say that was slow was the circular footwork, one of the footwork requirements.
And now for presentation, 5.4 up to 5.7.
And she doesn't execute within her presentation the way Buterskaya does, but boy, she really has a great foundation within her jumps.
And right now she is in second place right behind Maria Buterskaya. And up next, the three-time and reigning Canadian champion, Jennifer Robinson, skates when Trophee Lalique continue. Maria Buterskaya has the lead so far over Victoria Volchkova and Vanessa Guzmaroli of France. But here is Jennifer Robinson taking the ice, the three-time and reigning Canadian national champion, 23 years of age, from Windsor, Ontario.
Relaxed opening. Triple Lutz, double toe loop. Her pacing, slow but controlled.
Triple flip, look two-footed. That'll be a deduction there. Soft quality to her skating. These spirals need to finish off and hold longer so that you can really see the line. She stops them before you fully appreciate the body line. Through her back, very difficult to do, to stay balanced and centered. Very pretty.
Well, the first female skater from Canada to finish in the top 10 at the World Championship since 1994. Her 8th place finish in Nice last season guarantees Canada 2 spots at the next World Championships in Vancouver.
skating into this triple Lutz with not great speed, but she does manage to get the jump off, have a nice one-foot landing, and then a nice double toe loop after that.
And this is where she two-footed the exit of the flip. You can just watch the left foot here start to drop. She loses that core strength and isn't able to hold the free hip up to keep the landing nice and clean.
And now the marks, 4.6 to 5. Wow. On the range on the first set.
Those are low. 4.6 from the Belarus judge. That's somewhat of a surprise. I wouldn't have had it that low. However, she does have a 2/10 deduction for the touchdown.
And now presentation marks a wide range there, Susie, 5.0 to 5.7.
It's hard. This program's a very soft program. It's either, it just doesn't hit you really hard, and I think they're picking up on the musical choice.
Alienates some judges, and other judges like it very much. So a wide range in all those marks. Jennifer Robinson down in 5th place overall at this moment. When we come back, another one of the top contenders here in Paris. Yulia Soldatova takes the ice next. Leads Victoria Volchkova and Vanessa Guzmaroli, but here is Yulia Soldatova, the 19-year-old from Moscow, but now she represents Belarus. She has represented Russia in the past, but has made the move so she can get to the Europeans and World Championships. This is a skater that won the bronze medal at the '99 World Championships. With all the competition in Russia, she felt like she really wasn't getting the credit that she deserved. So that is now why she is representing Belarus.
She has not been consistent in practice. And right there, a disastrous start on the triple Lutz. Not completing the rotation, a big fall. 4/10 of a point. Right off the bat.
It's funny, all of her connective moves look very confident and strong, so that comes as a shock.
But no, tilting, you can just see it coming in when the technique is gone, and in that case, same thing as the triple Lutz. Remember, 6.0 is a perfect mark, so right now she's already got 8/10 of a point off the required elements mark, so big setback.
This is a skater that was so good last year in the Grand Prix, too. Had 3 silver medals in the Grand Prix, went to the Grand Prix final. She came in 4th.
Well, like you said, she's trying to find a country that will support her, and that wreaks havoc on your confidence, I am sure.
That's really too bad because she has great presentation and she expresses herself very well on the ice, but without the jumps, not good.
Yeah, not what she wanted at all. Tough to smile after that for Yulia Soldatova.
Stable, not the case here. She gets up into the air, she's straight, but she doesn't complete the rotation, the left leg staying in front instead of going back to have a nice continuous edge coming out. That was the first mistake. And then here, she comes in on what we call a flat edge. That is, she skates straight into this jump, and she has trouble creating the rotation that she needs to complete 3 rotations. So she needs to really improve that in order to have success.
Well, the flowers look nice, at least. You search for some positive things to say after a disappointing performance. By the way, Yelena Tchaikovskaya, same coach as That of Maria Butirskaya. 4.2, 4.6, the range.
A world bronze medalist looking at 4.2. She knows that's way below what she should be getting, but
The jump technique just wasn't here today.
no.
And now for presentation, 5.1 up to 5.5. From the judge from Belarus, the high mark of 5.5. So, Yulia Soldotova, very disappointing effort. She is all the way down in 7th place. Up next, the young American making her senior debut on the international stage. Jenny Kirk skates when we come back.
It's really exciting. Last year I never thought that I would be in this position and be skating here, so I'm just really excited to be here, and I'm here for the experience. I'm not like worried about placement or anything. I just want to skate well and have a good time.
Presenting the United States of America,
Back in Paris, where Maria Butirskaya continues to hold the lead, but here's the 16-year-old from the U.S., Jenny Kirk. Her senior international debut, but you're looking at the 2000 World Junior Champion.
She'll open up with the difficult triple Lutz double toe loop combination. Here's the triple Lutz, and there's the double toe loop. Business as usual for her.
Plenty of experience internationally as a junior skater. She won the silver medal at the '99 Junior Grand Prix final, but her first time at this level against names like Maria Butirskaya.
Just very composed. Excellent triple flip.
Strong dance foundation. She danced with the Boston Ballet.
Also was a competitive gymnast up until the age of 8. Her hometown is Newton, Massachusetts.
Has a great sense of style and musicality for being so young. And this is really the first time I've heard the audience clapping, getting behind the performance.
Last jump for her in the program, the double axel. Not very high, but she did get the job done.
Variations on this combination spin. A nice low position in the back sit. Very hard to do. The legs get tired. She doesn't look tired at all.
Well, not only did she come out here and deliver a perfect program, but she had a good time doing it. Great for her.
Yeah, that is a natural smile on her face. You don't see any signs at all of intimidation.
No,
not at all.
Maybe some of the nervous energy that you might expect. Well, she lives and trains now in Cape Cod. Evie and Mary Scottfold are coaches who coach Nancy Kerrigan, Paul Wiley. What a great debut for Jenny Kirk.
Very sure of herself, skating into this triple Lutz. 3 rotations, and she'll reach back with the left foot and get a nice double toe loop off. That was the first element in her program. Good way to start.
She's just always consistent here in the triple flip. Watch the nice tight position there and beautiful back position on the landing.
Evie Scottfold alongside. It's got to be proud no matter what happens with the marks here. We'll see the judges give her her due.
Well, right away, this is not right. A 4.9 from the Japanese judge. This is much too low. She did not make a mistake, and she's clearly being held back because of the judges not really wanting to give her the marks at this point.
Just coming on the scene, and you do see that happen often. Presentation marks now 5.0 up to 5.7. What a range.
This is nice to see the 5.7, but the first marks should have been higher, for sure.
So a great performance, a great debut at this level for Jenny Kirk, but now she's got to settle for 4th place after the short program. So as expected, it is Maria Butirskaya who has the lead over Victoria Volchkova, then Vanessa Guzmaroli of France in 3rd, just ahead of Jenny Kirk. And Susie Wynn has made her way over to have a word with the young 16-year-old from Massachusetts. Susie?
Thanks, Terry. Junior world champ Jenny Kirk. Now, how does this compare to winning the Junior Worlds?
This is a lot more exciting, I think, because it's senior competition, and I didn't know where I was going to play. So to be 4th after the short is really great for me because I think my long program is my strong point.
Now, when you were warming up, you didn't look nervous at all. How were you able to combat the nerves for this first senior international?
I think I was nervous, but I don't usually get that nervous before I compete. I just take every competition at a time. And yeah, it's senior, but the competitors last year were really good as well, so I was just concentrating on myself.
Has everybody been pretty nice to you, not intimidating?
No, I'm used to it, so I like competitions. I like being against other people and watching what they do, so it's fun.
Well, good luck in the free program. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Terry, back to you.
Early on in the Grand Prix Series, it was Michelle Kwan who took care of business. She opened up with a win at Skate America and followed that with a silver medal at Skate Canada, becoming the first lady to qualify for the Grand Prix final. Irina Slutskaya upset Kwan in Canada, then skated to a 2nd gold medal in the Cup of Russia. She enters next week's competition in Japan as the heavy favorite to win yet another gold medal and earn a trip to Tokyo. Now, it's Maria Butirskaya's turn. A victory here in Paris would secure her spot in the finals and set up a dramatic showdown between the top 3 ladies in the world. Beyond the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre and Notre Dame, the heartbeat of Paris can be found right here in the countless bistros and cafes around the city. Tonight, though, the action continues inside the Bercy Omnisport Palace as we welcome you back to Trophee Lalique. The ladies now set to go, ready to skate for the gold medal. And here are the overall Grand Prix standings after 4 events. Michelle Kwan has clinched a spot. Yelena Sokolova, Sarah Hughes look good with 16 points. Then the top 2 Russian skaters, and Sasha Cohen right now on the bubble with 9 points.
And hi again, everybody. Terry Gannon, Peter Carruthers, now joined by Susie Wynn. And when you talk about Maria Butirskaya, the exterior is sometimes misleading. Beyond all the graceful, elegant qualities, is really a blue-collar athlete who, Susie, year after year knocked on the door. It was finally open 2 seasons ago at the World Championships. But this is a much different year for her and a much different mindset now.
It really is, Terry. She said that she feels different this season because she's coming in not as the world champion, and that makes her feel very vulnerable. She knew that she needed to skate well in the short program to really tip the scales in her favor. And she did precisely that. She skated a flawless short program. Now, if you remember back to the World Championship, she also was first after the short ahead of both Michelle Kwan and Irina Slutskaya. It was in the free program where she made mistakes and really lost the chance to protect that World Championship title. But here, can she hold it together in the free program? Like Terry was saying, she's got a mindset, a little bit of the underdog mindset, and I think she feels comfortable with that psychology. I think she's going to use this competition to sort of springboard her back to say, hey, I think I could be world champion once again.
Yeah, beyond Maria Butirskaya here, it is really wide open. Peter, there are a number of skaters here who actually could, when you look at the overall Grand Prix picture, knock young Sasha Cohen from the U.S. out of the Grand Prix final. One of those is from Russia, Victoria Volchkova.
Well, Volchkova has a great opportunity. 2nd after the short program. She's the 2-time European bronze medalist, and actually one of her strengths is the fact that she does have good jumping technique. She really gets up in the air, and oddly enough, her most difficult jump, the triple Lutz, is the easiest jump for her to perform, but her weakness definitely would be with inconsistency. She comes off of Cup of Russia with a disappointing 5th place finish. But what I love is when a new face comes on the scene, and that's Jenny Kirk from the United States. She's a world junior champion, and she came out in the short program and really had a good performance. She placed 4th, so she really made a splash. She's no longer in the juniors. She's in the big leagues now, up against Butirskaya.
And the standings right now after the short program, Maria Butyrskaya in the lead, then Volchkova, Vanessa Guzmaroli's getting it home here in Paris, and then Jenny Kirk certainly has a chance to medal here in her first senior international event. The skater on the ice for the ladies is Victoria Volchkova in second place, right behind Maria Butyrskaya, the two-time European bronze medalist and bronze medalist from the Russian national championships the last couple of seasons, but really trying to turn her season around here. She has struggled until this point.
And she will open up with the double axel forward takeoff, 2.5 revolutions.
One of the most difficult triples, the triple Lutz, but one of her strongest, as you can see there. And she puts a nice double toe loop and make it a combination.
She has not won in this Grand Prix series, and really one of those skaters that everyone kind of looks at and says, when she is on, she is as good as anybody. In fact, maybe even more impressive because of the jumping technique that you guys have talked about.
Triple flip, a little tentative skating in here, but again, she really gets that height to allow the 3 revolutions. Edge takeoff, triple loop. Completed 1 triple Lutz. She now will attempt the second one. And only a double there. No. Focus is gone.
You see the athletic ability is just right there. To me, when I watch her, I just get the sense of the lack of confidence. She needs a little more polish, but she has the talent.
Only 18 years old, from St. Petersburg, Russia. Began skating when she was 7 years old. Her parents heard an advertisement on the radio for a rink that would introduce kids to ice skating. They took her by, and she loved it from the start.
What's fun when she's practicing is she's really the first one on the ice and the last one to leave. She's a great work ethic. You can tell she just loves the sport.
A little bit of a rivalry beneath the surface, too, with Vanessa Guzmaroli. Remember, at the World Championship last year in Nice, the French Federation singled her out to drug test her. She tested negative. There was nothing there to be found, but there were plenty of rumors that the French just wanted to make sure that she didn't keep Guzmaroli off the podium. Whether there's any truth to that or not, we'll never know.
She really needed to carry this through the program. Again, I'm so impressed the way she's able to vault into the air. Really nice height, good air position, and then a nice double toe loop. Solid triple Lutz double toe. Unfortunately, it didn't continue.
In the Sauerkraut, she just really rushed here. The free leg starts to come through a little bit too early, and she just loses the jump technique. Unfortunate.
There's a look at the panel of judges here, and it does include a judge from the U.S. and one from Russia. Peter, what are they looking for?
They want to see the complete package, a well-balanced program, quality extensions, spiral sequences, we might call that line. Originality and footwork, all very important.
And the judges normally a bit reserved with the first skater in the final group. Those among the top contenders. First set now for technical merit, 5.5 to 5.7.
Well, her skating became reserved once those jumps started to fall apart.
Just has not been able to put together two good performances, the short and the long, in any one event this season so far. And out of the marks for presentation, here they are, Peter.
Well, high of 5.8, but she needs more energy in her performance to bring those scores up even more.
Opens the door a little bit, not the performance that Victoria Volchkova had hoped for. When we come back, the 16-year-old American, Jenny Kirk, takes the ice. She is having a great time here in Paris in her senior international debut.
It's really exciting. Last year I never thought that I would be in this position and be skating here, so I'm just really excited to be here, and I'm here for the experience. I'm not like worried about placement or anything. I just want to skate well and have a good time.
Jenny Kirk skates here in Paris right after this. Well, you like to see new faces in skating? Here is one right here from the U.S., from Newton, Massachusetts, 16-year-old Jenny Kirk. And what an opportunity she has now. Fourth after the short program, but certainly an opportunity to medal here in her first senior international event.
She's skating to the Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky.
She just does not jump high in the air, but she spins fast like that. Triple Lutz, double toe loop.
Triple toe. What great speed she has on her turning, Peter.
No fear, no intimidation so far. She admitted to being nervous when she took the ice in the short program, skating against the likes of Maria Butyrskaya, but it did not show at all, and it hasn't so far in the free skate.
And she also told us that she really looked forward to skating the free program, that it's her favorite part of the competition.
Junior in high school. She used to be a competitive gymnast and used to train with the Boston Ballet. In '97, she moved from her home out to Cape Cod to train with Evie and Mary Scottfold, the former coaches Paul Wiley and Nancy Kerrigan.
Triple loop, back edge takeoff. You know, she doesn't get up in the air very high, but she has the ability to really collect herself quickly and create that rotation.
Very beautiful series of spread eagles and Ina Bauer movements.
2 hard triples left. Here, the first, the triple flip, and that was fine. Look at her sprint to the finish line. Triple Lutz. Oh my goodness. What a moment for her.
Move over Sasha Cohen, Sarah Hughes. Another name has arrived on the scene. Jenny Kirk.
I can't emphasize how important it is that she has had 6 years with the Boston Ballet. Such a wonderful foundation of dance within her skating, and that's just going to get better as the years go on.
But a lot of the folks out of their seats here in Paris. What a performance.
Well, she opened up with the triple Lutz double toe and consistent all the way through. She just has a wonderful air position, very secure body position, and very nice run out on the landing.
And this triple-triple combination, boy, does that rack up the credit. Count them, folks. 7 triples in this free program. Has she made a statement here, artistically and athletically?
Evie and Mary Scott-Bold alongside. They've got to be proud of what Jenny Kirk just did out on the ice here. Technical merit marks, 5.4. The low mark up to 5.7.
These are low. She did a triple-triple combination, the only one you'll probably see in this event. She's ready to compete with the big guns. And I hope the judges give her a little higher mark in the presentation.
Now, Victoria Volchkova has the lead right now. Remember, Maria Butirskaya still to skate. And now the presentation marks in the same range.
You know, this is not right. This hurt skating. When she skated so much better than Volchkova, it just really doesn't advance the sport.
Doesn't have the background, the reputation yet. Didn't get the marks from the judges, but she was terrific here in Paris. Jenny Kirk. At first glance, Maria Butirskaya has the confident walk of someone who has made it to the top. But she knows that it will not be easy to stay there.
Every season has its own challenges. I think last year was a bit easier to compete because I was the world champion. I think that some of my mistakes were forgiven by the judges. This year, I don't have any leeway for mistakes, so I think it will be a more difficult year. That is the nature of our sport. Now I have to consider everyone as a competitor. If I don't skate a clean performance, anyone can overtake me. We can look at it 2 ways. I am my main competitor. I have to overcome myself. But if I fail, then there's a crowd of people who can defeat me.
Even at the peak of her success, Maria Butirskaya never forgot the time her own federation gave up on her, told her that she had no future in figure skating. She has now accepted overcoming obstacles as just a cold, hard reality of life.
The critics don't bother me now. I think they feel ashamed. I found strength because I started skating at age 5. By the time I was 15, I had spent 10 years on the ice. When they threw me out of skating school, I stopped for 3 months. But then I thought, why should some person decide my destiny? My first coach was always impressed with me. She would say, you have talent. Something will come of you. So I decided to prove not only to myself, but to everyone, that no one has the right to take a dream away from someone. In Russian figure skating, I left a path. I became the first woman to win the world at the unusual age of 26. I think I will be an example for all Russian girls, that they will have the strength and the will to reach their dreams.
New challenges for Maria Butirskaya now. She is no longer the reigning world champion, of course, but as Susie alluded to earlier, perhaps she needs to be the outsider, the challenger, being told that she cannot do it. The oldest world champion in history for the ladies a couple of years ago at the age of 26, now 28. Here she is trying to win another gold in the Grand Prix.
And she really needed that triple Lutz double toe to get her off to a good start.
Maria leaning, really losing her technique on that triple flip.
And Peter, she told us she doesn't think the judges will be as forgiving this year, so we'll have to wait and see how much that fall costs her. Even in her win at Nations Cup in Germany, she was not perfect in the free skate. Music here, by the way, 17 Moments in Spring from a popular Soviet TV series in the 1970s.
Triple toe, half loop, triple sow cow.
Second Lutz planned in the program.
And no, only a double and very sloppy.
These spirals are actually quite low. It's nice to see a spiral that rises above the hip level and one that can sustain itself.
Very slow and tentative into this double axel. Completed though. It almost looks like she's skating on the defense right now.
I wonder if Jenny Kirk shook her up a little bit. She tends to rely on the thought that she is a mature woman skating on the ice and performing, and she wants to bring that artistry to the sport rather than have it be gymnastics. But I think what she doesn't realize is that the likes of Jenny Kirk can combine that artistry along with wonderful skating ability.
Well, she does take pride, though, in the fact that she is still skating so well at the age of 28 and became the oldest world champion at 26 and wants to be a role model for those kids growing up, especially back home in Russia. This, though, not the performance that she was looking for here in the free skate, trying to win her second gold medal of the series.
Here's the triple Lutz. She gets great height on this. This was nice, a good double toe loop on the end. However, that did not carry through the program, and she became defensive in her skating. The triple flip, look at that. The leg doesn't even come back. It looks as though she's just learning the jump. Very foreign for her at that moment.
Yelena Tchaikovskaya, her coach. Her sixth coach, by the way, throughout her career. Alongside now the first set of marks for technical merit, Peter.
Well, with the technical merit marks, these should not be higher than Jenny Kirk's.
But they are.
They are. And does that surprise you? Holding up a former world champion.
No. You've seen it happen once or twice.
I don't think she needs to be nervous about being vulnerable. I think they are protecting her.
And now the marks for presentation, Susie, much higher.
And I think a little bit too high. When you don't have the whole package, the jumps, the spins, the presentation mark should reflect that.
Christmas came early for her.
So Maria Butirskaya with the Christmas present into the lead right now over Victoria Volchkova and Jenny Kirk. Pairs competition here in Paris. Jamie Salé and David Peltier, the hottest team on the circuit so far, took the ice looking for the gold medal, and they got off to a great start.
Showing great choreography in their program. Very strong lifts with good coverage across the ice. But then, little mistakes like this. Jamie flipping forward on the triple toe loop.
The Canadian champions had won twice already in the Grand Prix until Paris.
And there, a mistake on her double axel. Small mistakes undermining their program.
And very little margin for error because Yelena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikorodlidze, the two-time world champions from Russia, coming off a huge win at home in St. Petersburg, then took the ice.
Nice opening to the side-by-side triple toe loops and a very solid landing there. However, like the Canadians, they also had their problems. Look at the collision on this split triple twist, not graceful. Then an awkward landing here.
But an elegant finish for the Russians vaulted them into the lead as the Canadians, Salé and Peltier, watch backstage. And in the final team to take the ice, the U.S. champions, Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman.
This competition really a turning point for them, for they now have shown the judges that they can be contenders for the podium. One problem, she touches down there. But overall, a big step up for the Americans in France. Throughout, much stronger in their program.
The effort at Trophee Lalique earned Ina and Zimmerman their first medal in the Grand Prix this season. They captured the bronze here. Berezhnaya Sikorodlidze over Salé and Peltier at the top. The Russians with the gold medal. And so right now, 4 of the 6 teams have qualified for the Grand Prix final in Tokyo. We'll have to wait and see next week in Japan whether or not Ina and Zimmerman can make it to the final.
Sur la glace, représente le Canada.
On the ice, representing Canada,
Jennifer Robinson.
Right now, Maria Butirskaya in the lead over Victoria Volchkova and Jenny Kirk of the U.S. But here is the 3-time and reigning Canadian national champion, Jennifer Robinson. She's in 6th place after the short program, the 23-year-old from Windsor, Ontario.
Close to the boards and very slow into that triple loop. Usually skaters want to have more speed and execute the jump out in the middle of the ring.
She tends to do it with all of her jumps here at the triple lutz, close to the wall and two-footed, not in combination as she had intended.
This music, Irish Rhapsody. She's portraying an elderly woman from Ireland who recalls her youth.
plays every triple jump. And I'm wondering if the vastness of this ice, it does seem larger because of the seating, sort of puts her off a little bit. And there's the combination that she missed in the beginning. Good job putting it there.
Besides Maria Butyrskaya, Jennifer Robinson, one of the 3 ladies in this competition, along with Victoria Volchkova, Vanessa Guzmaroli, still fighting her way to the Grand Prix final. We saw her place 4th at Skate Canada.
Again, these whip-out landings that we're seeing are indicative of how close she does these jumps to the boards. See, she's waiting, and again, she does get it off, but not a nice continuous edge. The best part of the program, that nice backspin at the end. Very impressive.
But she certainly has a delicate and smooth quality to her skating. And that's nice to see.
8th in the world last season in Nice. And a good last spin. Good thought to leave in the mind of the judges at the end of the program. Jennifer Robinson of Canada.
She has good timing going into this triple Lutz. That allows her to get the height she needs to complete 3 nice rotations. Left foot jabs in for a double toe loop. Very solid.
In the final combination spin, this is when things started to come alive a little bit.
Yes.
She has a nice low position in the back sit and a very nice tight back scratch spin. She really did have a nice flare there towards the end.
Michelle Lee, one of her coaches alongside, and now the marks for Jennifer Robinson, 5.0, the low mark up to 5.3.
Not the energy that I have seen her put on the ice. Some mistakes really taking away from the first mark.
Yeah, she's been criticized for being slow on the ice. She kind of overcomes that with elegance.
Definitely. She's a beautiful skater.
And now the marks for presentation, 5.2 up to 5.7. So Jennifer Robinson into 4th place, right behind Jenny Kirk. And up next, the French national champion takes the ice. Vanessa Guzmaroli skates here at home right after this message and a word from our ABC stations. We're down to the final skater here for the ladies now, and she has a chance to win it all. Right now it's Maria Butyrskaya over Victoria Volchkova and Jenny Kirk. But here is the reigning French national champion at home. She lives and trains right here in Paris. Vanessa Guzmaroli takes the ice.
Her music is from the motion picture soundtrack, Joan of Arc. Very epic piece of music, powerful.
Especially here in France.
flip there. With such powerful music, you really need to back it up with strong choreography, strong jumps.
And now a double there.
Well, she's had a bit of a history of skating well in the short program and then falling apart in the free skate. We saw her a few weeks ago at Nations Cup in Germany. She was third after the short, fell all the way to sixth.
Normally she chooses lighthearted themes, and she was concerned of how she was going to get through this. It's a story of war, and there's tension in the music and in the movement.
There goes Joan.
Brother.
Well, the crowd was so up for that performance. You could sense that she lost them about a third of the way through and tried to get them back and couldn't do it.
I love the piece of music, but you really have to skate up to it if you choose something like that. And she has done this well at certain points, but it just didn't come together here.
Well, we will see. Jenny Kirk is in third right now. Can she hold on to third and stand on the podium in her first Grand Prix appearance, or will it be Vanessa Guzmaroli? We'll have her marks when we come back to Trophee Lalique. Now we wait and see if Vanessa Guzmaroli can hang on to the third step on the podium, or will it be Jenny Kirk?
This is the triple Lutz. She gets good height on this, and then a nice double toe loop. That was the opening of her program. Good start there. But then on this triple flip, she doesn't really have a good landing, an abrupt interruption there, not attractive, but doing everything she can to hold on.
Well, you wonder what's going through the mind of Jenny Kirk right now. Obviously, she's hoping she makes it to the podium, but she really, you can argue, she outskated everyone here in the free skate.
She absolutely did, and the French are booing. I don't know if they're booing for the fact that Kirk is down or the French skater, Guzmaroli.
Well, here's the first set, Peter, 5.0 to 5.3.
You know, the performance just wasn't where it should be. 6.0 is a perfect mark. These marks are down because the performance wasn't.
And now the presentation marks 5.2 up to 5.6, and that's why the French were just booing, because they realized that Jenny Kirk makes it to the podium and not Vanessa Guzmaroli. Jenny Kirk, the bronze medalist in her first senior Grand Prix event. You can really argue that she should be the gold medalist, but that's a tremendous accomplishment on this level at this point in her career. But it is Maria Butyrskaya who skates away with the gold medal. Victoria Volchkova from Russia gets the silver, just ahead of Jenny Kirk, who ends up with the bronze. And right now, Susie Wynn has made her way over to talk with the champion. Susie.
Thanks, Terry. Well, I'm here with the bronze medalist, your first medal in a senior international. What is that like?
Oh, I'm so excited. I was so happy with the way I skated and the results, of course, but I just had a great experience here, and to win a medal is just so amazing.
Now, what point in your program, Peter and I wanted to know, did you feel like, I've got it, I've got this performance in my control?
I think my ending spin, because I have the lets so late in my program that I was nervous about that kind of the whole way, and my loop was a little bit shaky, so I was just happy at the end when it was all over.
Now, all of us in the booth thought that you should have won. We just enjoyed it. What do you think about that?
I don't really care about the results. I'm just happy with the way I skated for myself, and the results to me don't really matter, so I'm thrilled that I got a medal.
Well, we're thrilled for you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Terry, back to you.
All right, Susie, thanks. And Jenny Kirk has a realistic shot to make the Grand Prix final if she stands on the podium next week in Japan. That would be one of the biggest surprises of the season. For the ladies, here's a look at the Grand Prix standings with one event to go. Butyrskaya, Kwan, Sokolova already in. Sarah Hughes, a good chance of going. Unfortunately, Sasha Cohen has been eliminated. The men, look at the top names who have made it already. Three of the biggest names in skating: Yagudin, Gable, and Eldridge. Matt Savoy of the U.S. has a good chance of going to the Grand Prix final as well, and Yevgeny Plishenko should secure a spot next week in Japan. For the pairs, 4 teams already in: Saleh and Peltier, Berezhnaya, Secret, Lita. The Chinese pair, Shen and Zhao, and from France, Abitbol and Bernadise. We'll see if Ina and Zimmerman can squeeze in. It will be tough. And in dance, Fusarpoli Margallo will take on Anasina and Pezera. That'll be great. Lobacheva and Averbuk already in. So as we leave you from the City of Light, one final look at the champions here at Trophee Lalique. The 6th and final event in the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating comes your way next week here on ABC Sports. We'll be in Japan for the NHK Trophy. 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 Pacific. The short programs tomorrow night over on ESPN. The pairs and ice dance finals Friday night over on Lifetime. For our producer Kathy Cook, our director Dick Buffington, for Susie Wynn and Peter Carruthers, I'm Terry Gannon. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Keyword ABC Sports. This is a presentation of ABC Sports, continuing the tradition of excellence. Good night from Paris, everybody.